Stop saying she's changed. You did. You trained her not to respect you. You know what the scary part is? You didn't even know you were doing it. And this is why in this video I'm going to help you realize it. By the end of this video, you're going to see exactly how you kill the respect and what to do tonight to start rebuilding it. So my name is Matt and I'm a coach. I help men rebuild their confidence or walk away from a toxic relationship with self-respect. Now, here's the before, right? And this is more to talk about what it's like before dating. And I'm speaking about my personal experience as well. It's easy for us to lead when we're single, right? It's easy for us to focus on our vision, and it's easy for us to have boundaries because we know that, listen, this person does this, we just push it to the side and focus on the next person. When you get in a relationship, however, what you realize is that you no longer can be the person that's just cold-hearted and can replace a person at moment's wish. You realize that your vision now needs to intertwine someone else's time. So now, even though you want to spend 7 hours or 7 days on your vision or your mission, you now have to implement or add some of that time or split that time with your partner. And if you don't do that, your partner's now going to see you as someone that's not focusing or prioritizing the relationship. And then you've got disrespect, right? Now, disrespect is a very interesting topic because I've come from a very good home where I saw the extreme of disrespect and I saw what standards done to protect that eventually. So the first hand disrespect got the police involved, right? And I saw that as a kid. The first hand of disrespect saw 2 kids growing up with parents who didn't love each other. And because they didn't love each other, we were now forced to pick between the two sides. And obviously we're going to pick the side that's nurtured us more, right? But the problem is this. We're not realizing this as kids. We're now seeing, oh, Ross, so this is how a dynamic works. This is how a marriage works. Okay. And a lot of us don't realize that unless we make a switch and intentionally shift our belief into, okay, this is how I want my house to run, we're going to repeat the exact same mistakes and examples that our parents done. When you let disrespect slide, what tends to happen is death by 1,000 cuts. You compromise. You know she shouldn't be doing it, yet you keep silent when you should be speaking up. And when you started, you were the man she admired. And let me explain that, for instance. Now, what we don't realize as men is that what attracts them to us is not just how we carry ourselves, but everything about us as a man. You see, if you're someone that's into self-improvement, which I hope you are, you've probably worked on your physique, right? You've probably worked on your mindset. You've probably worked on making sure that your time is invested wisely. So you're showing that woman that you're not just any guy that's just going to be entertained by her. You're showing her that you're a man of principle. And men of principle are attractive because they're not just going to sway at moment's wish. They're going to stick to their principles. My wife tells me this all the time. What she liked about me when she first met me was my discipline. You guys don't realize it, but what your wife or your partner likes the most about you is your ability to say no. And you take that away from her when you're in a relationship and you're saying yes to everything she does. You can't even disagree with her anymore. Even when you need to disagree, you can't do it. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It's death by 1,000 cuts. The longer you're in a relationship, the longer I see it. Until you guys can no longer stand each other. I've seen that too. You get into a marriage, you get into a relationship, and that's it, done. You can't stand the sight of each other. You can't wait for the kids to leave. Once they're gone, you're gone right with them. Some of you are together, staying together for the kids' sake. I'm going to show you in a minute 3 behaviors that can guarantee why she stopped respecting you. And I promise you, you're doing at least one of them. Before I do that, I'm going to share my story, of course, because why should you listen to me? I overgave to keep relationships afloat. I'm talking about spending time with people who I'd fly out for birthdays, and in return I'd get poems. Then I had another relationship where I went to I literally had, for us to keep the communication going, I at least, if she called, let's say 5 times a week, I'll be at least at 15, 20. And that's just to keep the relationship going, because otherwise we simply wouldn't communicate. But I overgave to the point of realizing that not only I wasn't getting the same back, but I was letting that happen. I was training them to do so. I was allowing that to happen because I just thought that's what guys do. When you get into a relationship, you're no longer the tough guy. You become the soft guy that has to do whatever needs to be said or done. And the problem with that is you get into this space where you don't realize, but you're betraying yourself. And that's where I got to. I got to a point where I betrayed myself so bad that I got into depression. Because this wasn't just in relationship, this was at work too. This was with any single relationship I have. Which is why a part of my work includes working with corporates and different workshops where we're trying to understand relationship dynamics and get people to really handle themselves properly. So I thought, that if I just kept giving more, then she'd see me. But she didn't. Until I said enough. And then she said, "I'm sorry for taking you for granted." I'll never forget that conversation. She said to me, not my wife, my ex, "I'm sorry for taking you for granted." And it was right after I said, "I'm done, I'm out." What you don't realize you're doing by accommodating these behaviors is you're telling them that it's okay for you to do so. It's okay, I'm gonna cover it up anyway. I'm here regardless. I'm here regardless of whoever you speak to at 3 o'clock or 1 a.m. in the night. I'm here whether you decide that you want to sleep with me or not. I'm here whether you accept or agree to the fact that I simply just feel like whatever you do, I'm cool with, because you're the person I'm supposed to give everything I got. So instead of treating your partner like a partner, you're treating them like an employer. So whatever she says goes. And I used to run those funny jokes where, the wife's in charge and all that funny stuff. And I realized that, why am I doing that? She's not in charge. She wants me to be the leader. So if I'm not playing the leader role, or I'm pretending to be the leader so that I need you to understand, when you're now saying to a woman that she's in charge and she knows she doesn't want to be, you're creating a dynamic that allows the woman to feel like, I'm not getting what I want out of this. And that's what makes the dynamic miserable, because you think she wants to be in charge and she's telling you, I don't. We've been lied to. They've told us that you can fix this by being nicer. And I'll show you why that's the worst thing you can do. Number 1, you let disrespect slide. Small digs, coldness. You said nothing to keep the peace. She insulted you. She insulted your mom. She said your mom is useless, or whatever the case is. Okay. And you thought that peace that you kept came at nothing. It was the better. It's the better exchange, right? That's how you keep things afloat, because you don't want to rock her boat. You don't want to get upset, because if she gets upset, you're in charge. You're in problems. That's number 1, pain. Okay, so that's one thing that's killed her respect for you. The fact that you won't even stand up for people that she's talking crap about. The fact that she's giving you attitude and you're just taking it like it's okay because you're scared of confronting her. Don't be scared of your wife, please. You can't be scared of someone. Let me get this straight. But do you really feel like you can be scared of someone you're meant to lead? You apologized for standards. Number 2. What I mean by this one is you asked for basic respect, right? And then she backtracked when you pushed for it. You asked for the very basic. Honey, when I come home, can you just say good evening to me? Honey, when I come home, can we Can you give me some time to dilute how I'm feeling so that we can navigate after that? And this is not just marriage, this is relationships too. And she pushed back on basic things. On basic things she pushed back on. And you just apologize for that standard. You see, what you've told her in that is that your standards are negotiable. And some of them are, don't get me wrong. For instance, when we first got into a relationship, I really wanted my wife to get into the gym. She did. She actually went to the gym. We went to the gym together. And then I realized I wanted nothing to do with her and the gym ever again. If she wants to go, let her go on her wants. I'm not about to help her. Not because, and it's because of this. I realized that sometimes what I wanted wasn't what I actually wanted. It took me going to the gym with her to realize I don't want to work out with a lady. No way. I can't be in my full, excuse my French, but I can't be in my full anger or full rage mode and my wife asking me if I can pass her 5 kg. I'm pushing 50, it doesn't feel the same. If I'm gonna be surrounded by someone, that person needs to be pushing just as me. And I'm not sure I want to be gymming with a girl that pushes 50 as well. I'm sorry, I don't think that's my thing. It's not my type, right? So I then realized there and then that I was never gonna work out with a woman there again. It just wasn't gonna happen. I just don't have the capability, the patience. It's just not in me. I don't even work out with my guys because I think some of them just wouldn't be able to handle it. But that's just personal. 3, you overgave to earn love. This one's the worst one. You're bleeding or you blend to keep her happy. The moment why she stopped seeing you as a leader is because your sacrifice not only was in vain, but it showed her that you don't have boundaries. You see, what they don't tell you is this. When you're sacrificing, when you're doing all these things, although it's great and nice, the truth of the matter is this. If you're doing it without understanding and creating a safe space where you can continuously do this, you're going to burn yourself dry. So whatever you give with comfort. If you can't give it, then don't do it, because they're going to ask you, you've done it before, why can't you do it again? And then your question is, I don't have the capability to do so. And then now she goes and says, okay, cool, you've changed on me. So whatever you give with comfort. These are putting people early. Don't get me wrong, if push comes to shove, then of course, that's different, right? But that's a one-off, and everybody needs to know that's a one-off. But if you now overgive, bleeding, and then you're not realizing that she's going to expect that and create that as a standard. Oh, wow, of course, he does this all the time. That's what she's going to say to her friends. So, how do you reverse it? How, and I'm going to break down that next, right? But I want you to understand that this includes the exact first sentence to say that starts rebuilding respect today. So this is the framework that you're going to need. You need to build boundaries that cost something to cross. What do I mean by that? You see, boundary isn't just a line you draw, it's a line you defend, either calmly or with assertiveness, but you do that consistently. Stop performing for love. You see, leadership isn't about proving that you're worthy. I need you to understand that. Leadership is not about proving that you're worthy to lead. So whatever you're trying to do to prove that, stop it. Because what it is about owning your worth, so that clearly others can fall in line, fall away. So you own your role as a leader, or you get others to move on. It's as simple as that. You don't own anybody anything. And number 3, recalibrate your identity. You see, your relationship reflects who you are. It's a mirror. And what you say doesn't matter if you don't fix who you believe you are. So until you fix your identity, that respect won't follow. You can ask for all these things, right? And I'm going to dive in so I can help you understand why. Because if I now say, hey, I demand respect. Okay, who are you? Hey, gonna have to need some respect here. The tonality is already different. But it's deeper than that, because one says something, but the body language says something else. So this is why you changing who you are intertwines into understanding how you should now navigate. If you now keep pretending you're this person and she now feels like the problem is with thinking you're this guy or whatever the case is. Sorry, it was a bee. I can't believe I smashed it in my hand. So the problem with believing that you demand respect and you don't know how to act on it is no one's going to take you serious. No one's going to take you in because you don't even believe you deserve respect, because you still believe you need to prove it. So you need to get it out of your system first so that anyone that's coming around you can agree, okay, cool, this guy definitely does deserve respect. Oh my gosh, look at how he's carrying himself. Look at what he believes about himself. You see, in order for people to believe that you deserve respect, you need to believe that you deserve respect first. And not because you're asking them to do so. And this is the problem with what a lot of guys don't get. You don't need someone to tell you, you don't need to tell people you should respect me. If they don't see it, then there's work you've got to do. How you carry yourself doesn't represent that. I have never gone into a room or spoken to someone and they said to me, oh, you don't look like the type of person that deserves respect. Why? Because although, and it has happened prior to my healing, my transformation, right? But the reason why that's happened is because of how I was carrying myself and what I was telling myself. So you need to understand, first of all, what story are you telling yourself? Because if you're telling yourself you're not a leader, then people are going to sense that. They're going to smell it. They can smell it when you don't believe you're a leader. So it doesn't matter what you say. What matters is who you believe or who you say you are. So the special word I want you to say, right? I've got it on my phone, so I'm going to say it here. I've allowed patterns between us that aren't okay anymore, and I'm changing that now. You say this and set the tone. You set pace. Whether she agrees or not, she doesn't need to. What needs to happen is you to start believing that these are the standards that you deserve in a relationship, so that you can show up as your best self and you can have a healthy standard. Or if it has to fall apart, let it fall apart. But at least build a relationship with someone that actually respects you. But in order for her to respect you, you've got to respect yourself. So I really hope this video has helped you. If you're struggling, I do offer one-to-one coaching. And you can go in the description below to get that booked in. Not sure why I said that now. I'll probably shift it to the in-between. But if you're struggling, book a one-to-one coaching call. And if you're enjoying this type of content, make sure you don't miss out. Share, subscribe, so that you don't miss out on the next videos I'll be posting. I post weekly, twice a week, minimum. Trying. I've got a kid. Yeah, that kid stuff, no one tells you about it. Right. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this, I appreciate it. Subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next time. Peace.